I'm back.
Oh, Daniel-san.
So we are gonna get the Illumination podcast, the
Ooh,
boyfriend and
nice.
girlfriend,
No,
playing each other
You're
for the team
lying.
game.
no, we got a team
So
kill coming in.
Wait, say that. You said
today,
boyfriend and girlfriend playing each other
yeah,
in the top four?
yep, yep,
Oh,
yep.
you're definitely sleeping on the couch. Or you're
So
walking home.
Someone,
no. So I think it's good because it means they get the content for it. So you
Okay.
know,
yeah,
That's
all
really
but
right.
one of
cool.
us got to lose, and if you ask JDZ, they
You
got
got
to walk
Nunez with
home.
you. Okay. All right. So it's Ruby Amethyst versus Amethyst Steel here on
Hmm.
stream, and then Amethyst Steel versus Amethyst Steel off camera.
Oh, I thought you said Emerald Steel. You said
No, I messed up. Probably. No, Emerald Steel lost to Amethyst Steel. Sorry. All
okay.
three Amethyst Steels won, and
Okay.
then
So it's
we just
Amethyst
watched
Steel,
Emerald
Amethyst Steel,
Amethyst win.
Amethyst Steel, Ruby Amethyst.
Ruby Amethyst, right?
I
Yeah.
thought you said Emerald Steel. I'm over here talking Emerald Steel this whole
No, I'm sorry.
time.
I'm sorry.
Dan,
I'm sorry.
I'm scratching my
My bad.
notes
My
off over
bad.
here.
My bad. My
Make me
bad.
sound like an idiot in front of all these
And
people
You
out here.
sounded like a magician. Okay,
Okay.
right?
All
You
right.
just you know, it's
Dan,
all
before
good.
you go though, so
What's up?
it's Sam on the left, correct? We got Sam on the left.
Sam, yeah, Sam moved. She literally made Max move because she said she was Team Elsa.
She's Team Elsa.
Oh, I love
Okay,
it.
let's go. And we had another Team Elsa win, by the way. We're up to 4.
True.
So, Sam,
True.
let's go. Please bring it home, Sam. Let's go. We need you to
And,
cook,
okay,
Sam. Please, please, please. That's
and so
4
wait,
right
All
there.
right, guys.
So
You
Max, who
have
we saw
fun, okay?
before.
I gotta be quiet because the other game's right next to me.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, Dan.
so
Thank you.
Sam and Max, we got Sam and Max.
Sam
Sweet.
and Max. Okay.
Which, by the way, a woman of culture, Team Elsa. We love to see it.
Yes, all the Team Elsa stand up and make some noise as we're moving along. This is the top 4, all gas, no brakes. I like that. I like how they just started. Let's play, huh? Let's play. I like how they get this thing moving. We need more encounter tournaments because a lot of times there's a lot of dilly dallying between top 8 and top 4. A lot of jaw
Yeah, there can
jacking, a
be.
lot of let's go take some pictures and go eat some bonbons. No, put that crap down and let's get our freaking game
Yeah.
on.
Who
Not all
needs
the dilly
water?
dallying and all the this and
Pick,
that.
yeah, pick up your sticks, shuffle up, and let's go. I ain't got time for this. No, ain't nobody got time for this.
Hey, no, let's keep it moving. What are we talking about?
Goodness gracious!
I love that
Wasting time.
tenacity. Let's play. Let's ball out.
Yeah.
This tournament is moving on without delay. All tournaments should be ran like encounter tournaments. Shout out to Encounter Games and Comic up there in Allentown. No dilly dallying. Oh, we're going to take a lunch break and we're going to have these pictures. Everyone, let's gather around for a speech. Shut up and let's lock in.
Let's go, loser. We don't got time for this.
Grab
Come
your
on.
box and let's shuffle up and deal. But I need to drink some water and use the bathroom. No.
No. Get
Play
a
the
bucket.
game.
Grab a bucket and let's go.
I love it. Get your game on. Shut up. But I'm
Oh,
tired.
yeah.
I need to make a phone call. Cut it out. Get your game on. As we got Chernobog is up and active on the turn
That's
1
right.
play. In the Chernobog mirror, we got bog on bog violence
Bog on
here.
bog action. Here we go.
I love that. As Helga is going to be the card. Let's see if we can get this Helga on 2. In a brawl world, I don't know if Helga on 2 is the play, but we will spam 2 more 1-cost characters. And that's going to be what it is.
Let's go.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Chat is
Chat
killing
is
me,
wild.
dude. It was so funny, dude. Oh my goodness. It's some hilarious people out here in the world. I tell you that. As a hand is looking quite bulky over there, looking good. But you do have to engage with these 2-cost characters. Do you go trade these on the Chernas? And you will.
I think you do, and you have to because Sam's running low on resources because Max was the player on the draw. So you are at an advantage by taking out these characters because you still have more resources in total. When we talk about card advantage, which is a combination of what you have in your hand plus what's on the table plus what's on, what's there. So I mean, you got to, I think, in order to put more pressure on Sam. And putting Max in the most uncomfortable position of having to be the one to sleep on the couch. And so as we take a look here,
this is we cannot confirm or deny, but we're pretty sure that this is a couch battle. Loser sleeps on the couch.
Loser sleeps on the couch. Yeah,
for sure. This is a couch war. I like a little stakes in my Lorcana. No gambling, just a friendly wager. Get on the couch.
Yeah,
you gotta. That's it. I think that's fair. And we are going to go ahead and send the Diablo on a quest. We're trying to call out this Pegasus on a challenge, and that Helga can come in and clear this Pegasus. I like a little bit of gamesmanship, a little bit of bait and response. Do you take the bait? Let's see.
What's a tough one?
Or what Max is going to do.
Yep. That's a tough one. I mean, we're at a point now where we want to start establishing the board. When it comes to Sam's plan, Sam wants to get characters down and start doing all that crazy burn stuff that she does, all that Cobra and things like that. But she can't do Cobra unless she's got cards in her hand to throw away for Cobra. So you got that White Rose strategy, and you want to be able to get more characters on the table. Peter Pan, of course, a fan favorite. We've seen Peter Pan so many times today, coming in and clearing that that one drop, leaving Sam with just a lone Helga on the table.
But Helga can clear this Peter Pan, no issue. So you're not getting this spectral situation off on me. It's just not going to happen. As you are going to be able to clear. But now I think it might be important to bounce this Helga back to your hand, because Pegasus can clear this thing, as Helga will have 0 stats on the snapback. But it seems like you are not going to favor that plan. You're going to just put out a Calgoon, double goon up, and leave the Helga there vulnerable.
Yeah. I mean, you give up the Helga to have 2 characters on board. I mean, if we could bring back that Helga, the Helga would certainly be useful. This is not the first and only evasive that we're going to see, and it's not the first, and it won't be the last. And so we know that Helga has a lot of high value here. So letting that Helga go might be a problem. We may come to the end of this game, and we may be talking to Sam, and Sam might say to us, "You know what? I probably shouldn't have let that Helga go. I probably should hold on to it."
You do have. I know this Ruby Am deck can play genies a lot. There's a lot of evasive threats in there. Helga can carry a lot of water in that matchup. Speaking of, Genie does hit the board.
Say his name and he appears. Good job for you, JDZ.
But also, you got to keep in mind, this deck can play Brawl quite well, and Helga having that 0 can just get you brawled up out of there. So this board is quite evasive and pervasive as well. So you have to consider that. You can maybe quest these Calhouns if you felt so inclined. You can send a Pegasus into a Calhoun. They will trade. And is that worth it? Or you can crab up this Genie and send Genie into a Calhoun as well. So options for days. Let's see what the decisions that, or just keep questing. You are kind of losing the race right now. A lot of decisions coming in for Max.
If you don't have answers to evasives, there is actually an answer, and that's to say, hey, I'm going to turn this thing sideways. I'm going to make you attack me instead. And so, it's not a horrible idea if you're in the position that Sam's in. Sam is in the lead with the lore count. Sam is under. She's currently with 2 cards in hand, not where she wants to be there in comparison to where Max is at. So you know what? Heck, you want to send a Pegasus in and take out my Calhoun? Okay. You want to attack me with a Genie? The Genie won't even take out my Calhoun. And so, knowing that, Max is like, you know what? Fine, you're right. I can't take it out. But you know what Genie can do is Genie's got pipes, and Genie can sing "Friends on the Other Side." That's what Genie can do.
Absolutely. And not having any evasive answers on your opposition side of the field, especially nothing with Rush, you're feeling confident with these 2 characters just kind of existing here. You can continue to advance your game state, getting up to a 7. You can always be prepared your way out of it, as Maui is going to come in. He's a cleaner up too. He can clean up a Calhoun. You will eat the 3, no problem. Calhoun can trade back in. I think I'm clearing that Calhoun right there just to keep that Maui around for a little bit longer.
I would have too. Now it's funny because Maui is the hero to all. That's like the subtext. But there's one person that Maui's not a hero to, and that's Calhoun. Calhoun is really mad about what just happened. So much so that it took 2 of them to deal with the Maui itself. So,
but you were able to get a little bit of value out of that because you were able to establish that library. Library is able to put the Calhoun in there, gain some lore and an additional card. I don't hate that play at all. As we'll go ahead and attach this goat on into the library as well.
Yeah, you have to respect it, and so this is going to put Max in the awkward position of having to deal with that library before you deal with the goat. Because if you keep giving card draw to Sam, that's exactly what Sam needs to stay in this game. That's what Sam is aiming for. So, but conversely, on the other side of it, I've got a Genie who's got 2 lore on it. I've got 2 lore pips on this Genie, so I'm going to go ahead and give up 3 lore every time I turn these characters sideways, unless I can get into another Maui situation, which clearly is not the case. And so, so it looks like either Max says, you know what, I'm going to run faster than you and start turning these characters sideways, or he needs to deal with the library, period.
100%. And I think a crab play would have been really nice there if you had access to a crab, but apparently you do not, as you're going to go ahead and send 3 into the library, but then you're just going to continue to sing here, just trying to find your next threat. Maybe you could have, if you're going to do that, I don't know, maybe do that first. Maybe you can find a fox or something to clear this library off, because like you said, as long as this library is going to stay here, that's more characters that they can get to the library and to the discard pile to continue to draw more cards. So putting 3 in there, I guess you feel confident with the 3. You can come back in next turn. You need to get to some songs. I don't know if you're playing a Fire to Cannon style list or anything like that, but you need something to start clearing these board off, as Helga is going to be number 2 in the secondary library.
We're living in a library world. It is Lorcana Cribs right now, JDZ, and we are rocking these libraries. And
I love it.
An interesting note here. So we chose to sing that Friends on the Other Side with a Genie, but the math here is interesting. Unless we draw a rusher, so if Max has a rusher, then what I'm saying here is a moot point. But the number. So if we look at the amount of strength between those 3 characters, had Max not had he not sung that song, would have had enough to clear that 1 library, because they sing rather than attack with that Genie last turn. That is 1 less than what is needed in order for this thing to survive it. And so the problem here is we're going to give Sam the opportunity to potentially draw from it if it survives 1 turn. We're hoping for something that can boost. Okay. This is good. This is good.
That's huge.
Yes, that's huge. This is needed. So we're going to see.
I think, or a crab also would have been a very, very nice, clean answer to this position. But exerting Helga, exploiting her main weakness of having that 0 in the strength, I think it's very, very huge. You're able to Pegasus and Rabbit into the library, clearing that one. And Helga is not posted up in the library at all. So we can go ahead and clear the Helga as well. And this looks like a fantastic spot for Max now, as you have this nice, strong, stable, evasive board. You do have 1 library. You'll gain 1 lore. You are going up to 13. I don't know if they gained the lore already. I'm not sure. I have to check the tape, but I'm not sure if Sam gained that lore. But we will bring out a little crabbening here. Crab can hit the goat if you want it, or the fox if you want, or the rabbit. I'm saying all the animals. It did. Okay, so there was a game there. We'll just gang everybody up in the library. So
there you go. Yeah, it's a last stand at the library over here as we watch a lot of characters about to come with their pitchforks and their fire to burn this library to the ground in order to not give Sam way too much draw. So if Max does this right, this is basically Frankenstein era library getting taken down here. We do see Peter Pan, which inherently has rush, and Pegasus, which because it's evasive now also has rush, and we're going to see a lot of problems for Sam now.
Library is gone. I think you can go ahead and take this opportunity, maybe potentially even clear the goat if you felt so inclined, just so you can stop any type of questing or goat bounce shenanigans. Just go ugly early, get that questing power off the board, clear the library, potentially clear the goat. You got 1 card in hand for Sam, and you're kind of crushing here if you want to take that maneuver. I think you should just go ahead and take the opportunity to completely reduce this board to rubble. You will leave a crab alone and unafraid there, and you could maybe do some type of, I don't know, Elsa thing or something, boost this crab. But I think your board is just so expansive here, and it looks like you want to draw.
Interesting choice, because we want to draw. Yeah, absolutely. Which makes sense to see what other answers we could potentially have. I mean, we did use some ink already. We're sitting with a limited amount of ink left, but it's you always want to sequence that in a way where you can see the cards first. So if for those of you who if you ever wanted to be coached by anybody, that's the first thing they'll tell you. So there, I just saved you some money. The first thing they're going to tell you in coaching is you gotta sequence correctly and see all the things before you make the ultimate decision.
And look at that. You have 5 evasive characters on the board right now. And that has to just be devastating for Sam. I don't think Sam can do anything right now. I don't think there's a card you can draw to help you in this situation. There's not a Helga that you can play that can help get you out of this, as you're just going to continue to just try to just run this race and quest as you go up to 17.
Yeah.
So the answers do sort of present themselves.
Here's the thing, JDZ. 17 is the new 19. Okay, this is Amethyst Steel. What we can do, assuming that there's not an Elsa to tap the characters, what we can do is draw things. They're called goats. They're called white roses. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, Sam is without a hand, and what that means is if she does top deck a giant cobra, she's going to have to either play it out as it is or wait a turn to draw another card to use it for the 2 lore. Ideally, we're looking at like a dock situation that lets her draw into the cobra and something else, and potentially squeeze in a questing at some point with that giant cobra that's currently sitting on the table. So in this color combination, This game is extremely close. This game
Oh,
can be over in just a card flip. And we
dude,
saw her do it in her last game.
a top deck dock is just absolutely repulsive. Is that if that happens here? I kind of want to see it just for the vibes. A little bit of top deck dockery into some shenanigans. Quest into a top deck dock into a Cobra would be hilarious. I think that would be a GG. It could happen. Crazier things have happened as we are going to continue to play more rabbits to the board, drawing another card, and Sam has outs. This game, you got a long way to go. You have at least a few more turns. I think maybe 2 more turns total to make something happen. And I know this deck, Strength of Rage and Fire off the top would just be, I'd tear the card in half. I confetti that card across the venue right now.
I would eat it right in front of everybody. I'd eat it.
Please, just not strength. Anything but strength here. I would love. I take the strength. Maybe you can strength the Elsa. You can strength the Pegasus. You can strength some of these evasive characters, and maybe you might start board fighting. But top deck dock into the Cobra here is crucial.
Let's see, Sam. What did you get? Show me 18. Show me what you got. 19. 19.
Oh, not like this. Not like this.
Sam, you're gonna wind up on the couch. What are you doing?
Oh my goodness, I am devastated. Oh my goodness. She's gonna win. Oh, just like that. You thought you had a bed, but you're going to the couch. Unless you got some goat bouncery yourself, it's not over. Let's see if you can pull it off. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can get up to 17. A goat bounce goat can get you out of here and get you back into your bed.
Max, my heart can't take this. Do you have the bounce? Show it to us. Show us the bounce. You just need to be able to bounce it once and play it again. You quest out, bounce, and play it again, and that's a win for you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, we need it bounced. We need it.
We need it
bounced.
No, I'm sorry.
We need 2 bounces.
Yeah, not even.
I don't think you have enough ink to do that. I think you're cooked.
No, you don't.
Unless you got like a quest out. Oh man, yeah, I think you might be pan fried here. You might be a bit stir fried.
Sizzled clean.
Oh man,
sizzled clean. The only thing more deep fried than Max right now is penguins. That's it. That's the only thing more deep fried right now.
Oh, you just got put into the blender off the tizzy goat, and just when I thought Sam was finished, Sam said, "I ain't heard no bell. I got sciatica. I got scoliosis. Right. I can't be on the couch, big dog. You're going to the couch."
Yeah. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face, JDZ.
Woo! I don't know. Looking at that match, I can't say Max didn't do this right or that right. I just don't think that's my position. But I think you got to get a bit more aggressive. You got to come after this deck and just get loose. I think there's a lot of times you were singing songs and trying to advance your position. You gave Sam some opportunities, and she had her outs. You got to play to your outs.
Yeah. Or, I mean, conversely, Max knows better and doesn't want to sleep on the couch. That could be, that's the other option too. But I think from what I understand, Max really wants this Elsa so bad that he is willing to take a week on the couch if it means winning this Elsa.
Okay.
I think they both, I would be too. I'd be like, honey, I got the couch. Don't worry. But this Elsa's sweet and this Elsa's mine. It is not yours. You can have everything else in this marriage and in this relationship. It ain't this Elsa though. This Elsa's me. That's my Elsa.
I mean, some people in the chat are saying, "Oh, if she didn't get the goat, I mean, you can't do that. I think that's unhealthy to yourself. If and what's for candy and nuts, we'd all have a happy Christmas or whatever the saying is.
Yeah, you're.
I mean, if I were a I don't know the saying. There's some sayings out there about things not being what they are. If I were a horse, I'd eat some hay. Or I don't know. Okay, some Google it. Okay, but we can't talk about what could have happened. You have to talk about what actually did happen. And she did get to the goat. And that's going to happen.
And I want to challenge people who say that. The literal point of her deck is to do that. Yeah. If it's not a goat, it's a white rose. If it's not a white rose, it's a giant cobra. If there's something on the board, it's like that's literally what she did is by design. She did that's what she brought it to do. So yes, was it a top deck goat? Yeah, that's the point.
It could have been. There are 4 goats. There are 4 roses. There's 4 cobras. You got docks in there. You got rabbits to get to those things more consistently. That's what it do, Yugs. That's just how it is. If you don't like that, you need to play a different game because if you haven't lost, if you haven't lost to a top deck goat, first I'm jealous of you, and it's gonna happen. Good luck. It's just a matter of time before that does happen to you. So just stay tuned, keep it locked, and goat will clap you up eventually. And that's just how it is, man. Hate to see
That
it.
is the way it be. That is the way it is, and that is the way it is. And so now we get to go into a game 2, which we knew that was going to happen. But can Sam clear this thing all the way through? Can Sam make this a 2-0 and really upset Max and make that couch extra rough?
Yeah.
We'll find out as we go into this, and we'll
Dang it.
see if Goat is still at the top of that deck every single turn.
I think maybe if you get too old, you don't get to eat dinner either. You just got couch and no dinner. Or maybe you got to sleep outside in the tent in the backyard if you get
Yeah,
too old. At
yeah.
least
You
give
got
it
to
some.
make your own spaghetti. You
At
got to
least
make your own
put
spaghetti and
put
get
up
some
a
sauce
fight.
with that spaghetti.
At least put up a fight if that's how you're going to do it. As we are continuing to ink, you got a turn 2. We'll bring out the Pegasi one more time as we
Yep,
will draw into the giant Cobra now. So if you want it, you can go and deploy that Helga if you felt so inclined, and it looks like you will do that. Going into Brawl turn seems a bit low tempo and slightly dangerous, but you don't care. You're just like, I'm here to make it happen. If you got it, you got it. And maybe they don't have it.
that
Sometimes they have
happens.
it. They
Yep,
always
sometimes they
have it.
got it, sometimes they don't. And look, we're seeing a goat going into the inkwell. Certainly that must bring some trauma to Max. Max is probably saying, like, I don't want to look you in the face anymore,
Hmm.
Merlin Goat.
You
You hurt
betrayed.
me. I need to talk to a therapist about this goat. And instead, we're going to go ahead and bring out a library and see if we can get some lore from this library.
Look at that. Just a nice, timely library, which you could get punished here if you go Helga and, oh, I think that's not enough. I think Helga only goes up to 3, right? So
That's
library is
correct.
at 8. So you don't have enough to go Helga and Fox into the library. So it will get some attachment here unless you can clear this Pegasus. But I don't think you have cards in your, yeah, you have strength and you
Yeah,
have,
I see a fox in there as well. I mean, Fox might be able to do it. We've got things that
mm-hmm.
can come out that'll immediately put some pressure on that library. But using Fox and leaving it exposed for the Pegasus is kind of a feels bad moment.
Absolutely. So it's a tough. I think that's a great, nice on curve library. It's very it's one of those things you just don't know when you have to do it. As we'll go and deploy that strength just to clear this Pegasus, you will serve up this Helga, but there is no Peter Pan's not strong enough to clear the Helga, and Helga can clap back and clear the Peter Pan as you gain your
No,
one lore from having that library established. Both players using the libraries, I believe, will ink the magic broom. Hate to see it. I love to see
yeah,
Magic Broom with library, but you're going to go 4-cost Genie on curve, able to add another card to your hand and staring down this Helga who is ready to munch on some Genie as well. Look at Helga. I like this card a lot. Card seems cool.
Helga's pretty sweet. I got to tell you. I mean, I'm looking at building an Amethyst Steel deck, and yeah, I mean, Helga was not on my radar. I will
Mm-hmm.
tell you that after watching this tournament here at the Encounter, which again, thank you Encounter for allowing us the honor of casting it and showing it to the world. Helga is definitely on my radar, and I got to seriously consider her for my
Mm-hmm.
build. So thank
Right.
you for giving me that nugget.
Absolutely. And it's just like right now, it just seems like everything is so heavily centered around evasive cards now that Sisu has been uh kind of kind of curtailed a bit, you know, taken down a little bit. I think just having a lot of evasive characters in your deck just sometimes might be just good enough on its own. So
Yeah,
having a nice Helga in there, 4 in this toughness or 4 in the willpower, I think might be a slam dunk. As Maui's not going to care about any of that, and it's going to munch
no,
Helga. No problem. Get her on up out of here cleanly, says the hero to all, as we just bash Helga with the fish hook, send her on to the discard pile. Hate to see it if you're Helga, as Maui gets
yeah.
plus value in the process.
Absolutely, and that's the name of the game here. We talked about this game being a little bit like chess. It's all about getting the most value for each of the bits and pieces that you have available to you. So
Mm-hmm.
can you make a character? Can you get 2-for-1? So like that's why Maui is such a fantastic card because it's practically a 2-for-1 on a body. It comes
Mm-hmm.
into play, it attacks something, it survives, it does it again, it takes out 2 for the cost of the one character. That's why I love Iago so much as well. So that's the goal here. Can we get the maximum value? Can I draw one more card from it? Can I get one more lore? Can I take out one more character?
Absolutely. And Maui is so good at plussing, man. It feels so good. And now you're going to get some more tremendous value as you're going to take down the Madam Fox as well. So that is a 2-for-1. And you got a little bit of tempo from the crab going back to hand. And we'll find a crab down onto the Inkwell as we quest for 1 on the Diablo. Looking at Sam's hand, she's holding on to 4 cards still. And we got Max here, who's also holding on to 4 cards. We got a game. That's a brickolation on that Sisu. It's not tied for him yet, as we will get a nice little hardy quest for 2. Inking
Yeah, absolutely.
continues. Oh, nice Medusa there. As we'll go ahead and clear the Diablo, getting another card on into Sam's hand. So this is
Ooh,
kind of going back and forth. They're swinging on each other. We're getting into deep water. 2 cards in hand. I think one of them is that big Sisu. So you're going to need to continue to ink before you can get that bad girl online. Or maybe you can top deck the Sisu Emboldened Warrior potentially and put that into the play and just shift on it, perhaps.
yeah, absolutely. And we do see that the card that Sam drew for the turn is just a very, very like it's that dock as we see. And what's cool about it, you've got to feel good when you have a dock in your hand, especially if you're not playing against a discard character. What you essentially are looking at is like, okay, I've got 2 more cards in my hand than what this dock is actually. And
Mm-hmm.
so this like even though her opponent, even though Max is seeing 3 cards in hand, it's technically 4 cards in hand. And that's a big deal. That's just a little bit more fuel that Max isn't aware of. Operating as though your opponent has a certain number of cards when in fact they've got more coming on the way guaranteed is a big advantage. Because I might make a decision. I'm gonna make a decision that I wouldn't have made because I thought you were about to run out of resources.
And we will go ahead and engage with the Fox just to continue to bounce this Medusa back to hand. That was your ink. Do you have more ink, though, so you can continue to deploy these major threats you have in hand? And it looks like we're thinking about bringing the Genie back to kind of run away from this Helga, potentially. Or we'll bring back the Medusa to kind of engage with the Helga later. But it looks like we'll go ahead and bring the Genie back just to protect him. I like that, playing a little bit of Helga games, but do you have ink? And you do not. There is no ink in hand, as now Fox is alone and unafraid, accompanied by, check that, by the Madame Medusa, who's exerted. White Rose enters a play. You'll gain 1 there. Another Helga. You thought 1 was bad. Here is
Right.
another.
Yeah, how dare you? How dare you bring out evasive characters? Helga will end this for you. We see on board, we've got 2 Helgas. We've got that White Rose. We've got that Pete. Pete, of course, had its chance in the sun, so now it gets to turn sideways, lay down a little bit, and gain some lore, go on a quest. We're looking at a pretty even game right now if we're looking at the numbers, but the board state tells us that Sam is a little bit ahead. But if we look at the hand resources, of course, Max can certainly come back from behind and take the difference.
100%. And you did get to the friends on the other side. I think this might be a good opportunity to start singing as friends because you need to get some ink. You got to ink up to get this
Yeah.
Sisu online, to get your Be Prepared online, to get these cards online, just in case this board gets away from you. As you learned from last game, hanging out and messing around, you will find out, as he found out pretty exclusively last turn. So these Helgas getting hit by a massive Sisu off the top or off if you can get some ink off the top, would be a nice way to kind of close this game out because you know for a
Yeah.
fact that Sam has to quest this White Rose. You can engage with the Rose, and you got
Ooh,
the
there
strength.
it is. There's a
Look at that.
strength. Yep, we messed around and we found out the mess around find out ratio is really high right now as we play that dock.
And you will go ahead and play the dock, add 2 more. And now Helga can clear. I think you got to take it. If you know your opponent's deck,
You
which
have
you
to.
should, you know what could potentially happen next turn. And that Sisu is going to be massive. So get some value on this trade out of this Helga is probably
Yeah.
worth it. And getting a quest in with the other is not bad. But this Sisu, it's still not going to be that strong. You can trade this Fox in to the White Rose and then play the Sisu and have a nice beefy threat on the board, or you could take another turn off and just slam this Maui in and just put another ridiculous threat and have the Fox clear the Helga. No, we're questing
Interesting.
here. Interesting, and we're prepping here.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
I mean I don't hate
Maybe
that either. That's a
no.
way to go.
And here's the there's a thought process here, and I think I know the thought process here. Okay, because we know that Pete is in play for Sam.
Mm-hmm.
If I choose not to play the Be Prepared, I'm putting myself in a position where a Pete comes down and messes me up when I don't want it. So if
Mm.
you're telling me that I can play a Pete or that I can play a Be Prepared, I might do that over doing the Sisu just because there's not a Pete in play right now. I can play it now and I need to consider that as I go through it. And
Oh, we're
so,
gonna see Sisu here though, and
yeah,
Sisu
that's
here
good.
is gonna give you some
Strong.
value from this library. You do have that Maui in hand, so you can't go Sisu and Maui into the library next turn. But yeah,
Ooh,
double library, and we'll put the
okay.
magical broom on into the library as well. I think it might be important to take a turn off to clear one of those libraries now before you got to keep your opponent at 12. I think anything beyond 12 is when you need to start sweating
Well,
this
here's
Amethyst
the
Steel deck.
thing. Here's the thing. So we see the Maui in hand for Max. So okay, there you go. So that clears one. Now I would argue that questing is fine here. If you don't have to always beat out the library. You just need to be faster than the library. If you can get to 20 before, that might be the way too.
I'm telling you, Gabe, I'm not trying to run that race. I'm trying to clip you up, and I'm trying to take those things out before I even have to worry about it. And now you have a nice, clean, empty board, no hand. You're not at a high lore total. I'm way more comfortable with this board state than trying to leave a library up and do this whole little race game, because I've been burned too many times. Just like Max got burned in the previous round with the top deck goat. I don't want to take no chances as something like this, or the dock comes in and now you got another road into another dock. Look at this. Stuff like this happens all the time, and I'm trying to tell you, I'm not here for it.
Totally fair. That's totally fair.
But now but to your point though, we can start legging it here and just not engage with these characters anymore and just start continuing to quest aggressively. And that is going to be 6. Yeah, 6 more coming in. 3, 4, 5, 6. Putting Sam in a pretty critical position. You have to engage.
You absolutely do. Yeah, it's at this point. I mean, we're just around the corner of victory. We see that Chernobog getting turned into a card for draw. And I think I saw a library there too. So that's just going to be real rough. Mm-hmm. We are questing. We've got that Maui who can do nothing but sing and look pretty, and right now it's choosing to look pretty.
And we got our own goat. So you show checkmate, and we'll just pack it in there.
Deserves another, Sam. You get what you get. You get what you deserve, and what you got was a goat.
Yeah, that is you get what you give too. You goat, you goat me, and I'll goat you. Amethyst. Something like that. We'll work on it. It's work in progress.
Yeah. We're
shopping around. I can't.
Out.
Something like that. Well. My people call your people. Please don't. Hey, if you guys are going to sue, make sure you sue the Forbidden Mountain. Okay, this is
this is a product of the Forbidden Mountain. It isn't. They hired us. This is entirely their fault.
This is what Forbidden Mountain. Okay, his name is Dan. Okay, get him into the course of law.
Dick Burns. I can give you the whole. I know everybody on the team. I can give you Melissa. I can name them all. Nunez.
Get him to everybody. They all can pay. They all can pay, as that is not a DMCA approved song there, but it is what it is. As we are in the all important game 3, winner is going to get the bed. Loser, it's going to be on the couch. No blanket either, or dinner. I think they put dinner on the line. There's no dinner either.
Wow. Dang. No, you get dinner, but you got to eat it out of a dog bowl.
That's dinner out of the dog bowl on the floor. Yeah. No blanket on the couch. Yeah, hate to see it. What a match.
I hate to see it. Yeah.
I think I'd rather I don't know. It's tough. It's tough out here in these city streets.
Yeah. Winner gets an Elsa, but also sleeps on the couch. So, we'll see. Although, technically, it's not even a guarantee they're going to win the Elsa.
You still got to play another round. This is only the final 4. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. I love that.
That's awesome. That's good to see.
That's really cool. I always enjoy that. A little bit of sportsmanship, but more than sportsmanship. You guys are just tuning in. These two players are in a relationship with each other. They are spouses. They are partnered up. So, and they are meeting each other in the final 4, which is really, really cool. I love to see that.
Yeah, and a huge shout. Yeah, they are also, not only are they, a couple, but even cooler than that, they actually have a podcast. They're currently on Facebook, Illumination Podcast. So check them out. And please give them all the love. Great people. We've had a chance to talk to Sam earlier on. She won her last match on stream, and she's just so funny and just swell people. I think everybody here has been really nice. And I'm from Miami, so I'm used to dealing with mean people. So that's it's definitely refreshing.
I love that. I love that. But again, whoever loses got to sleep on the couch. Okay, they're losing bed privileges, and they gotta cook dinner that they also cannot eat. And if they do get to eat, it's got to be out of a dog bowl on the floor. Yeah. So this match is high stakes, I think, and bragging rights too. I mean, that's I clapped up my boyfriend or my husband there in the tournament, and it's on stream live. So this is going to be there forever in all of eternity. That you can always rewind the tape. Hey, remember that time? Hey, grandchildren, step in here. Hey, I
Yeah.
played your grandmother in the final four, and she clapped me up badly. Oh, and I had these Pegasus. What was I
Yeah.
thinking? I can't believe I misplayed.
Yeah.
Max, that was 80 years ago. Oh, someone.
Yeah. The only thing I remember was these two absolute stunner of commentators talking about it too. That was the best part.
That was the best part. They were both balding, and it was so good. I enjoyed that a lot. Whatever happened to that
Yeah.
JDT guy? I
Oh
heard he got
goodness.
arrested for eating penguin meat in Antarctica. What a strange turn of events. What a wild circumstance. Oh, 2025. I miss thee. Time for my Amazon Walmart V chip to come in so I can
Yeah.
watch TV for 35 seconds. Anyway, no, we're off. Now we're getting dark. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. About to plug in our Metamucil software updates.
Yeah. As we're going to go ahead and bring out the Gooner. Calgoon is back at it again as Diablo is going to be exerted, setting a little bit of bait for the Chernobog to go into the Diablo. I don't think you will. Maybe we'll get some poppage out of here to cash this thing in early.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at a situation here where still early times, considering the different play lines that we have. We're going to go ahead and quest, but are we writing it down? And yep, we're choosing to pop that to draw a card.
I think that's correct. Whenever I see Calhoun around, I just got to get my guys out of the way because I do not want to get tanked by this house of a card that is Calhoun, the Space Marine captain. I forget what's her code name. I got to look it up again. I think is it Space Marine Calhoun?
Like that's a great question.
I'll have to look it up.
You think I'd be prepared as a good caster?
I'm learning. I'm trying to be a good caster. I'm trying to learn these sub names because it makes me feel much more prepared.
It is Marine Sergeant, by the way.
Marine Sergeant. Okay. Yes. They probably couldn't put Marine Captain in there because that would just throw things off and make her a captain. Calhoun being a captain would be money, dude. I think that would have been so nice.
Oh, her next to a Smee? Are you kidding me? That'd be nuts.
Sign me up. Sign me up. Oh, yeah. Yeah. As we're going to send the evasive Wonder Peter Pan going on into the Diablo. And now you have this threat that could just quest freely unless you can get that Helga set up. Let's see if you found the Helga and will you establish it here to engage with this Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, questing these Calhouns is I don't know if you can do it. You're going to do it. We just have not learned from this Iago play. It's been happening all day, and that is your spouse. You know what they're going to do. You got to watch out for it. And Iago is inbound. I can hear him warming up. I can hear the engines. Caw-caw, caw-caw, caw-caw. He's saying, feed me as we're singing the friends. You're about to feed the bird. Don't feed the animals. And absolutely it looks like we're going to ink. It'll be surprising if you didn't get to it.
You know what would be a fantastic card here that I haven't seen played a lot, actually, just to call back cards that.
Oh, you don't have Iago. It was Keith that had Iagos. Maybe you don't play Iago. There's no way you can fit Iago on your deck as well.
No, certainly. Now, in Sam's side, a card that I would love to have seen here, I'd have to look at the build, is Imperial Bow. For those of you that don't know what it does, it's a 2-cost bow. It's an item. You can tap the bow, pay 1. You choose a hero, which Calgoon is a hero, to call that out. You would choose a hero. It would gain Challenger 2 and Evasive. So that Peter Pan that thought it was all nice and cute and safe would have actually not been safe. Because with 3 ink, you could have put down that bow and tapped it. That might be something to consider in this meta as we see how many Evasives there are. So it'd be interesting to see how that changes. Yeah, I
love that. A nice bow as we got triple powered Calhoun on the board. Look at go. Yeah. Feeling good, looking strong. 1 card in hand. It's always Doc, by the way. Whenever these players come out and they put the 1 card to the side and they put the dice on top of it, every time it's Doc. It's never not Doc.
Yeah. We can't misplace this card because if I misplace it, this is 2 cards actually. You think it's 1 card. It's not 1 card, it's actually 2.
Every single time it's Doc. I've never not seen it be a Doc. Okay, I'd be so shocked and surprised if it's not a Doc. But looking at the hand of Max, that thing is bulky, beefy, out of control. But this board, you are losing it at an exponential rate, and the Lord is piling. So you have to figure out something to do to engage here. Maybe even on this 5 turns, send in the Maui and just hope. But you're removing 2 ink to put out this Pegasus, and you're like, who actually cares? Probably nobody, as he is evasive and he has rush, and he's going to be able to clear the white rose going 1 for 1. Not electing to
Yeah.
go after one of those Calhouns. Very interesting. Maybe playing around some potential bounce. I don't hate that.
Yeah, and I mean, look at just the massive grip that Max is currently wielding here. We're using it for ink. We're getting cards down. We see the crab for the Peter Pan. Interesting. Okay. Oh yeah. There you go. So yeah, Peter Pan does go away as a result of that. I guess for a second, Max thought that had a little bit more health than expected. But that Peter Pan going away, depending on how many evasives are left in hand, might have been a mistake. I guess we'll learn in due time whether it was or wasn't. And we see just continuing to get close and climb.
Mighty Quest, and there wasn't a dock. Maybe I was wrong. I guess we were off, and it looks like we are going to think if we're going to check pass here. And I maybe you got to ink or maybe got to play something or put more characters to the board, and it will be.
Ooh, Pete is an interesting decision here. You know, when we talk about the things that could happen on this turn, going into a turn of 6 on Ruby Amethyst is not necessarily as strong as going into 7, for example. So you know, we have to wonder if Pete was the right play now, or if it was better to hold on to it. Or, I mean, granted, again, as we mentioned, Sam is running with a smaller hand size. Maybe we just don't have a choice. Maybe that we just had to do that.
Right, or maybe that is that dock you just didn't want. Man, it can't be the dock now because for sure you ink that Pete and just dock off if you could. But going in, interesting point, going into that 7 ink play with your Pete now now used, and now it seems like Max is starting to crawl back in. You are at 12, but you've kind of lost this board. As you're gonna go goat here, go up to 13, Quest go up to
Just
15,
running.
and here we go.
Sam is off to the races now. Sam is just saying, okay, I'm going to run. I'm going to run as fast as I can. And yeah, we're going to see if we have answers. Does Max have the ability to stop this? Now, of note, all of these characters are outside of Sisu range. So Sisu right now, not very. I mean, granted, we're still 2 ink shy of that, but Sisu's right now not of value. A Be Prepared right now, though, would be pretty powerful.
It would be all right. Well, how good would that really be, though? Because you're gaining another additional lore, and you're blowing your entire turn. You're losing your else as well. It's not even. I don't think Be Prepared is that good because these Calhouns have already done a significant amount of damage to you. It seems like we might be taking that play either way. Ink prep here as we'll go 3 bounce. Trade feels bad, man.
Yeah, bounce with me.
Bad,
bounce with me. There you go. Bounce with me. Let's see.
Oh,
as
man,
Calhoun
you don't
goes
like
away.
that. And we will ink. Do you got some more pressure coming in? Anything that can rush in? Your own goat is good, but that's at least great. 2 more lower. You're getting up to 17. Goat is for sure 18. If you got some bounce here.
I just saw something that if I can see Sam's face, I know she'd be stoked about.
Oh,
there you go.
Look at that. Go 19. The game is over. Look at that.
Exactly, Oh, Sam! I hope you enjoy a good couch sleeping, and I hope you like drinking from bowls of water. But granted, congratulations as you move on to top 2. Well fought. Just awesome matches. As we see that Amethyst Steel is here to do the thing, and we're seeing, as Dan points out in the chat, we are about to watch ourselves a little Amethyst mirror in the finals.
I'm down for it. I am down for it. Who is the other opposition? Is it a rematch? I think Sam and didn't Sam and Nunez play? Who are the other potential matches?
That's also a great question.
So Amethyst Steel is back and in a major way.